Hi, students. It's me, Miss Miles. Thanks for stopping by the Miles Ahead classroom. All right, students, get ready. We're going to read Chapter 4, Saving and Spending Money from ULS Unit 28. Mark keeps working at his job. He earns money for 3 months. Mark is happy to have money to spend on things he wants. Mark uses his debit card to buy things like popcorn and movie tickets. He spends more money than he saves. What is Mark doing with the money he earns at his job? Mark is spending the money he earns at his job on things he wants, like popcorn and movie tickets, using his debit card. Mark enjoys buying himself things. He wants to buy the video game system. A new one costs $300. A used one costs $150. Mark decides he will buy a used one. Mark looks at his savings account. He does not have enough money. Mark is upset he can't buy the video game system. Mark has been working hard for 3 months.
Why don't I have enough money yet?
Asks Mark. Why do you think Mark doesn't have enough money to buy the video game system? Mark does not have enough money to buy the video game system because he has been spending his money on things he wants instead of saving enough. Even though he has been working for 3 months, he spends more money than he saves, so he does not have enough in his savings account to afford the video game system.
You have been spending a lot of money,
says Mark's mother.
You are buying things instead of putting money in your savings account.
Mark will need to start saving more of his money,
I want to buy the video game system now.
says Mark.
Can you give me the money?
What does Mark need to start doing to buy the video game system? Mark needs to start saving more of his money instead of spending it so he can have enough to buy the video game system.
I could give you the money,
says Mark's mother.
You could borrow the money now, then you would pay it back later. This is called a loan.
Mark's mother tells him that banks also give loans. People get money from the bank. They use the money now, then they pay it back later. What is a loan? A loan is when you borrow money now and then pay it back later.
People have to pay more money if they get a loan,
says Mark's mother.
We have a car loan. The bank gave us money to pay for our car. Now I have to pay the bank $250 every month. I also have to pay an extra $20 a month for borrowing the bank's money.
Why does Mark's mother have to pay the bank extra money each month? Mark's mother has to pay the bank extra money each month because she borrowed money from the bank, and the extra money is the cost of borrowing it. Mark decides that he does not want to get a loan from his mother. He does not want to pay extra for the video game system. Mark wants to start saving more of his money.
How can I save more money?
Asks Mark.
We make a budget plan. A budget plan shows money you earn, spend, and save,
says Mark's mother. Why does Mark decide not to take a loan from his mother? Mark decides not to take a loan from his mother because he does not want to pay extra money for the video game system and instead wants to start saving more of his money. Mark is excited to make a budget plan. He knows that he will have to be more careful with his money. He needs to save more of his money. He needs to spend less of his money. Then, he will have enough money to buy the used video game system. What is a budget plan? A budget plan is a plan that shows how much money you earn, spend, and save. Why does Mark need to make a budget plan? Mark needs to make a budget plan so he can manage his money better, save more, and have enough money to buy the video game system. Thanks for stopping by the Miles Ahead classroom today, students. And remember, because you stopped by, you are already miles ahead. See you next time, students. Bye.